Hey everybody, and welcome back to Questbound. Today we're going to be taking a look at the mining ship, the ARGO MOLE. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright everybody, welcome back. So starting off here, we're going to go ahead and talk pricing on this ship. Then we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the components that come stock in the ship, fresh out of the hangar. And then we'll go ahead and take a tour of the inside of the ship to close it all out. So first up, pricing for the ship. This ship can be purchased on the website for $315. And can be purchased in the game at the new deal in Loreville for $8,930,250. So not a bad in-game price on this one. I think that's pretty reasonable, all things considered, for being a three-man crewed mining ship where you're going to be able to go out and mine a good amount of materials quickly here. All right, let's go ahead and talk ship components here for this ship. This ship comes stock with one size 3 5CA Acura shield generator for a total of 48,800 bubble shield. This also has a 901 HP per second. So not the biggest shield. Honestly, in a fight, you're just going to be kind of outclassed. I mean, this is going to save you from the odd NPC battle, but with if another player comes, knocking, your odds of survivability are pretty low in this ship. But against some NPCs, you're going to be okay. This comes stock with one size 3 Ginzel power plant, one size 3 thermal core cooler, and a size 2 Hurricane quantum drive. Now this quantum drive has a max speed of 314,000 kilometers per second with a max distance of 200 GM. Now for reference here, that ends up being a 50 GM jump at 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So all in all, pretty good. I for a quantum drive on a ship, this one's pretty fast and has a really great radius for travel before you have to refill. Now for weapons, this ship has 2 pilot controlled size 2 CF227 Badger repeaters. So again, not a lot of firepower or shields on this ship, but it's not really meant to be. I mean, this is, again, I think meant more to go against the odd NPC fighter and not a player fighter, because it also turns really, really slow. So in a dogfight, you're just not going to be able to keep up with really any other ships. This ship, for mining lasers, all 3 lasers are the same. They are the Arbor MH2 mining lasers. Now for mining storage on this ship has 24 pods. You can have 8 pods out per load, and each pod has 12 SCU of storage in it. So each load comes to a total of 96 SCU of minables before you have to either take those back to a station, offload those, or jettison them and have another ship pick them up. But I felt pretty good. I mean, when 3 of us were out mining, we could get them filled up pretty quickly, and then we would just take them back to a station and just do that. We were doing that during supplier die to get tin, and it was working out reasonably well here. One of the best aspects of this ship is that it's a multi-crew miner, and it is very fun to crew this up with 4 people. With the pilot and 3 people operating the mining heads, it operates very well, and you can achieve a lot of mining very quickly. Now obviously you have to split that pay, but hey, down the road when we're doing things like gathering minables for base building, this is going to be a really good ship, I think, for getting some of those materials when you want to have more. Obviously if you are doing, single person mining, you're going to be looking at getting something like the Misk Prospector, or coming up here very shortly, the Drake Golem, if you're going to be doing some single player ship mining. So all in all, really great ship, comes stock with some pretty decent components here. So let's go ahead and jump on here into the inside and take a look around at the inside of the ship. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on up here in the interior and go ahead and take a look. So the Mole has one access point, that would be this elevator here. This is an elevator that's located in the belly of the ship, kind of near the rear part of the ship here. It's a nice elevator. It's a big elevator. You can fit, 2 or 3 people on this with room to spare, which I think is really nice. You can bring your whole crew up and down at the same time, or if you wanted to bring a box up here with you, it'd be easy to do that. So first place you end up here is what I imagine someday will end up being the engineering bay. So you have some components here, you have some screens. This isn't like other ships where they actually have an engineering terminal already. I just think that, of all the places on the ship, if there's going to be engineering, it's going to be right here. Now, on each side of this room here, on each side of the elevator, you have 2 out of your 3 mining turrets. So you'll come on over here. Here is one. And over here on the other side, you've got the second one. Now these are completely identical. They also each have one of these suit lockers here. So eventually, once we have that in the game, you'll have a suit locker here. Let's jump in this chair here. I'll show you what it looks like when you get in one of these turrets. Now, one thing to note about these 2 side mining turrets, they are not pressurized. So make sure that you wear your helmet, you wear your suit in these ones. I'll show you here what it looks like when it's lowered. So you can see here that it lowers itself down a bit, down to the ground. Obviously when you're up in the air, you will be rotating those around to do your mining. Now you can see here there is this side that's with that mining laser retracted up behind there, and this is what it looks like when it comes down. You can see that panel lifts up, you drop down. For the nose one right here, you can see right in front of me here in front of the camera, that is the only pressurized one here, and we'll go and take a look at that one here in a moment. So if changed my view there, back in here, get back in that chair. Let's take a look at here at this outside while we're here. I want to talk about just how gorgeous this ship really is. My thing here with Star Citizen and with ships in Star Citizen is I really find a lot of beauty in the functionality of the ships here, and boy, the Mole does not disappoint. I mean, look at this thing. It is with that orange and the black with the pods underneath. I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love all the working lights on the front. Obviously if you're out in a dark area and you're mining, you're going to want it to be nice and bright, and I mean there are lights all over the front of this thing. So all in all, just a really gorgeous ship. All right, let's go ahead and retract back up in here. So cool animations when these pop out and you start mining here, and we'll see some footage of the actual mining here later in the video. So next up, we're going to want to go up to the next tier of the ship. Now the way you do that is this ladder here to the right side of the elevator. So we're going to head on up in here. Now you're in your galley. This is where you come up into from that ladder here. Really cool looking galley here. Pretty standard here for a ship like this. I really love the design of these ships. Argo is right up there with my favorite ships alongside Drake ships. Just the utility aspect of them looks really cool. Now back here toward the rear of the ship, you have your 4-man bunkhouse back here. So you've got these 4 bunks. To each side here, you have suit lockers. And at the end here, you have your shower unit, which right now I can't get to open. I don't think this one opens yet. Maybe it's just my ship, but the shower unit for me does not open yet. Now, the other thing to note here, and please correct me in the comments if I'm just missing this somewhere in here, but I have yet to find a storage bin anywhere in this ship, which is a bummer. I mean, you look at something like the Drake Vulture, right under the bed, you have a little storage unit, which is great. I mean, you could just bring a box in here with you, but it would be really nice to have a storage unit built into the ship. I like to have that in all my ships just to throw things in there, especially down the road here when we get to the point where maybe some of those storage bins or some of those aspects might be covered with the insurance phase that is coming along here. It'd be really great to have somewhere where you could stash some gear, some food. That way you turn some of these ships less into like a one and done. You take it out, you use it, and then that's it. In more of especially when bed logging is really grounded again, you can stock up these ships, you can fill them with food and water and gear, and you can bed log in them, and you can be out in them for more, you know, than sort of a one and done outing. So next off, heading toward the bridge here, you have got the engine room here. So another place where I think you will end up having some engineering. There are a few screens here. Right now they're obviously here just for looks, but really nice looking room through here. Now down this ladder, we'll go down there in a second, but that is your nose mining laser. But first off, let's go ahead over here into the bridge and take a look up in here. Really cool looking bridge. I really like the, you know, the venting that goes through here. Just the vibe of the inside of this bridge is really cool. Let's jump in the pilot seat here and take a look at the view in this one. Really great all the way around you. You have a really great field of vision in this ship, I think, and I like having my MFDs up here on the top like this. I like ships that do this where they're up above you, so your view area is nice and clean, and then up here across the top you have your MFDs. Now I'm going to jump in the co-pilot seat here, and I'm going to show you guys something that we've noticed flying this ship around that's mildly frightening. And maybe you've already seen it here off to the side of my vision here, but this ship comes stock with its own personal ghost. Since we've gotten this ship, this has been here. I don't know if this is in every ship. I would imagine so. I think this is this like faux reflection in the cockpit glass is just a, you know, an image file that's in there as like a fake reflection. But there is a naked ghost person in the window over here. So you know, if you're out alone out in the universe, just, you know, be wary of that. It might startle you. All right, let's go ahead and jump on down into the nose miner here. Now, one thing to note here, if you're running a 3-man crew, so you have two people running the mining turrets and one pilot who's going back and forth, make sure you leave this one open for your pilot. I know that, you know, if you're jumping in with a buddy and you're wanting to mine with them, you might want to be in this nose turret, but leave this for the pilot. It's the easiest one for them to get to. Go out to the side one, go out to the ones on the side, leave this one for the pilot, especially because this one is pressurized. It doesn't need a helmet, you know, if your pilot likes to fly with their helmet off for whatever reason, but it's just the quickest way for them to get down here and access one of these. Otherwise they have to go down a whole, you know, layer here. So let's jump in this turret and take a look. All right, so this one, again, we'll take a look from the outside here. This one drops down off the front of the nose here, which is really cool. It's like a little pressurized pod that pops off the front there and sticks out there. This one has a really great view out in front of the ship, obviously, so it's really great for the pilot to get lined up. Now, you probably won't ever be running this ship alone, but if you did, I mean, at least it's easy to get this front nose turret set up for some good mining here. It's also got a really great field of view here, again, in this one. really nice down here with these MFDs up in front of you and above you. And that is it. That is it for the interior of this ship. All right, and that's it for the Argo Mole. All in all, a really stellar mining ship all around. It looks gorgeous. It's really fun when you've got all three mining lasers manned by some friends, and just all around a very solid ship. Now, I haven't spent enough time in this to customize the components or change the mining heads. So if that's something you guys have done, I would love to hear your guys' recommendations as to the best ways to build out this ship, your favorite places to mine for various minerals. I would love to hear that. I'm going to be working here in the next couple of weeks here to try to put together a just all around mining guide. I will probably wait until I get my hands on maybe a golem, or I might just go get a prospector for that, just for that little mining guide there, just to talk about the ins and outs of mining. But until then, if you guys enjoy this content and you guys want to see more, please drop a subscribe, drop a like. Like I already said, throw some comments in there. I love to hear from you guys. Everything helps out a lot. But until next time, guys, just remember that every great journey begins with a quest.